Hey, we're back here at Tiger Talk. We've got Coach Collins, Jim Collins, with us. Coach, a big win over Hiram.
Big win. You know, it's another road game. You got to go on the road, spend the night before, and I thought we came out great. You know, we got the football first, went right down and scored. That's the second game in a row. We've taken the opening drive down the field and gotten points. Tyler May had a big catch on that opening drive. I thought our defense did really well. Really held them in check for 3.5 quarters. And I thought it was a total team effort. You know, special teams contributed. We had turnovers. Defense did a great job on third down, getting the offense back on the field. And offensively, another productive game, both in the run and the pass.
Coach, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, you guys scored on the ground. You scored through the air. You scored on an interception return. You scored on a kickoff return. You had a field goal. So you guys, as you said, it was the whole team effort, and the defense had 2 picks.
2 picks,
and a fumble recovery.
Yeah, and we did a good job of taking care of the football ourselves offensively. And whenever you can create turnovers, the defense can score for you. Your special teams can put points on the board. You're going to win a lot of those football games.
You know, Garrett Gross had over 100 yards a week before. I know he was out last week, but you had a 2-man attack that rushed for 146 yards.
Actually, it was 209.
We had over 200 yards again.
209.
But Bryce Anderson, Reed Hall, those two themselves.
Yeah, and then we got a chance to get Mario Gita in the game, and he ran the ball really well there in the fourth quarter, which was good to be able to give some guys some playing time and get them some experience. But Hall and Bryce, and I will say this, you know, I thought, after the game when I talked to Hiram's coaching staff, I thought they did a very good job defensively of bringing pressure and mixing things up. And the yards we got against them were all hard-earned yards, and our guys ran really hard.
Coach, talk a little bit about the balance. And I know that's something that you have harped on, just the ability to be able to, run the football, and it just opens up your passing attack. Colin Brown had a really good day, 14 of 20, 210 yards. But you had, let me see here, 211 or 210 was your rushing yardage, and it just is amazing that you guys were that even. Talk about that, about your line, just the protection and how they're opening up holes.
I think the big thing is you have to, and it's usually one of 2 things. You're either setting up your run game with your passing attack or vice versa. But I thought we did a good job of being very physical up front. Our guys played hard up front. They opened up some holes for the running backs. Running backs ran hard too. You know, there was a lot of times there was somebody there, an unblocked safety or an extra defender in that hole that they had to make miss or run through the tackle. And as I said, I thought the yards we earned on the ground were all hard-earned yards. It's a great effort from everybody offensively in terms of blocking and running hard. But the other thing, most of those passing yards were on play action.
Okay.
Off the run, set up by the run. Tyler's first catch, 43-yarder off of a play action fake. And, the defense overcommitted to the run, and he's wide open, and we hit him on the deep route. And Drew Sterrett caught a couple of deep crossing routes, as did Gene Nobles, off of run fakes where we were able to hold the defense, get their safeties to creep up, get those linebackers to come up hard and throw the ball behind them.
Coach, you've been on the road for 3 games, and you get to come back to homecoming, and everybody's excited, I know, at school and in the city to see the Tigers back at home. I came out today, and I'd forgotten you guys are playing that old Wabash song over and over and over. And I said to one of the ladies that was there, a trainer, I said, why do they do that? She goes, because if they hear it over and over, they're going to hate it. And they're going to come so mad and so, angry. I said, that's a great idea.
Well, and I told our guys on Sunday, there's no doubt we're going to be up for this game. There's so much, it's our home opener. It's homecoming. It's a big rivalry game. So we're obviously going to be energized and and sky high. But it's going to come down to execution,
Sure.
keeping our poise, making sure we take care of details, discipline, and that's the team that's going to win the game. So we really, and I think playing the song is good from the standpoint that you really got, now with that background noise, you really have to focus in on the task at hand and your assignments and what you need to do to execute. And that's what it's going to take on Saturday. It's going to take execution. I know we're going to play with great effort. I know there's going to be a lot of energy. It's going to be about execution.
Well, I appreciate you playing 1930s music because that's Dave's era. You know what I'm saying? And but no, it was a Wabash Cannonball, if you've heard that over and over and over. But I thought, for a Tuesday, everybody seemed really focused, and just the emotion was already there. It's kind of exciting, and I just stepped on for a little while, and I saw it. I saw that fight that's already there.
It started Saturday during our post-game discussions after the Hiram game. You could see the focus of we're not going to celebrate the one we just had.
Right.
We're going to point everything towards the next
love
one,
it.
which is the mature way of handling the situation, obviously. And we had a great Sunday. We come in on Sunday and watch film and lift, and I thought we had great energy in the weight room, and it's going to keep building. But as I said, it's about executing our scheme, and from a coaching staff standpoint, it's preparing our guys
Sure.
for what they're going to see from Wabash on Saturday.
And of course, this is one of the reasons you come to Wittenberg, to play in big games like this, especially against Wabash.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is going to be an environment, homecoming, big game, that's going to be a playoff type of atmosphere. And that's exactly why you come to Wittenberg, to play in these big games.
Absolutely.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about your defense. I know that you had some great play. You held Hiram to only 300 yards, and that has to say something. I know back in the days of basketball, we had certain requirements or things that we set up that we wanted to see, but I got to think holding a team below 300 is a huge thing.
I think what we did a really good job of overall, we gave up a few big plays, but since the Cortland game, the amount of explosive plays our opponents have had keeps going down, and that's a key statistic in college football. Is you've got to limit explosive plays, and as an offense, you've got to create explosive plays. The other thing was us being opportunistic with the turnovers, and all three turnovers we got, the 2 interceptions and the fumble recovery, were all really good plays. It wasn't they weren't gifts from the Hiram offense. We had to make plays on the football to create those turnovers. We pressured their quarterback, which I thought was really good. I mean, I think overall, we sacked him a few times, but we also had a lot of hurries. We got a lot of hits on him, and I think those are the things. And we did the same thing the week before against Kenyon. Those are the things that are critical, from a defense. Is you've got to stop the run, and you've got to pressure the quarterback.
Yeah,
and if you do those things, you're going to be in pretty good.
Again, another
position.
great week for Cam Snur. He's been defensive player of the week in the NCAC. Dane Flatter, he actually played extremely well.
Jordan Stipe, a 33-yard pick six.
Yeah, and Anthony Pedro, again making big plays. And I think what's so exciting about it is you're getting the effort from your front four, but you're also getting it from the linebackers and the corners. Everybody, 11 helmets to the ball, which is a Tiger, something that they've always done. But is that something that you really kind of push and you're starting to see?
Well, the good thing is, and our guys, on a Friday before the game, we always talk about what each person has to do for us to be in a position to win a football game. And our defense always talks about the 1-11. You do your job, and if all 11 people are going to do their job to that level, that is the standard of Wittenberg defense, you're going to play great defense, especially great team defense. So, there's going to be plays. In today's game, the game's so wide open, offenses are going to make plays. But limiting those explosives, creating turnovers, and it was great to see everybody get involved. And as we said, in all three phases, a lot of people get involved. But once again, a lot of different people rush the football. We had a lot of different people catch the football offensively. We had people contribute in the kicking game and defensively. 2 different guys getting picks this week. Jordan Stipe with the big score. Different guys getting sacks, quarterback hurries, pass breakups. I mean, it was just one of those games where you feel like everybody was involved in that victory.
Coach, this week we're going to, finish with you talking about your game on Saturday. Of course, you've got Wabash coming in. They are 2-2. They won over Hampton-Sydney 52-48. They lost to the number 2 ranked team in the nation, North Central, by a lot, and then they beat Worcester 48-14. They lost to Denison last week at Crawfordsville, but they put up 558 total yards. Actually, out-yardaged the team that beat them, and they've got a pretty good. They had 211 yards rushing and 347 passing. So, and I think they were 7 of 16 on third down. So, it's a team that has capabilities to put numbers on the board. What have you been telling your kids this week?
As I said, I think more than anything, our guys are going to do everything they can to prepare for this football game. It's going to be about being assignment sound. And what I mean by that is everyone, whether it's defensively in the kicking game or on offense, has a job.
Yep.
And if they focus just to the details of doing that job to the best of their ability, then we're going to have a chance to win that football game. Denison's too good of a team for us to not take care of the little details. They're too good of a football team for us to take plays off and not play with great effort. So
right.
We understand that we have to play at a high effort level and we have to execute at a high level. And those are things you have to do whenever you're playing a good football team like this.
It's going to be fun again. All the old and goldies are coming back. There'll be a lot of alums, a lot of former players. And, of course, homecoming is special. And I know you experienced it when you played, and it's going to be a lot of fun, especially those freshmen. I think this will be an eye-opener for them. But this is going to be a time when you need to tiger up and you really need to lean on your fans. And, of course, if you do your hard work and you make sure you follow your assignments, good things are going to happen.
There's no doubt, and I'm looking forward to it. Home opener and the fact that it's homecoming and a big game like this, it's going to be a great atmosphere. And when you look at Division III college football, I would say this Saturday here in Springfield at Edwards Moward State,
Doesn't get any better,
there's not
does it?
going to get any better anywhere in the country. There's no doubt about it.
Hey, thanks,
gonna be
Jim.
great.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it, brother.
Appreciate
Love
it,
you.
Dave. Yep,
and,
thank you,
we
Jim.
got a couple guys. We're going to take a break right now, and we'll come back and talk to a couple Tigers that had great games.
Gene Noble and Tyler May.
Yep, so we'll be back after this message.